Hi friends, Dirk here. Thanks so much for tuning in and welcome to Dashcam Info. Today we're going to take a look at the Jomise A80 Pro. I like the box, it's a unique design. I just installed this dashcam into my car and today I'll show you briefly the unboxing and also the installation. It's easy, it's straightforward, but we'll mainly focus on footage by day and also by night. Although the retail price is $149, sometimes it's on sale and you can pick it up for less. When we open the box, the first thing we see is information on how to connect to the mobile app. Underneath we find a manual and some adhesive film. In the black box we have a very long USB-C to USB-C cable to connect the rear camera to the front. The rear camera is also in this box, and so is the power cable. We also get hooks and a tool for cable management. First we need to remove the blue protection film from the rear camera. Also on the main camera is a blue protection film over the lens. And a protection film over the display. You can fully operate this dashcam with the 5 buttons underneath. We have menu, up, power, down and OK. There's a protection flap over the microSD card, and what I like is that there is a good one included, a 64 GB Lexar. From the mount, the dashcam is partially rotatable to adjust the angle. When installing a new dashcam, I always start first with the rear camera. I start with a small layer of electrostatic film. All we need to do is to press the adhesive part of the rear camera against our window. Now you can rotate the rear camera to get the right angle. And finally, we're connecting the USB-C cable. Before installing the dashcam, I connected the cables. First for the rear camera and then for the power. And the reason I do this is that sometimes when you have the dashcam installed, it's tricky to connect those cables. Now we're peeling off the protection layer from the 3M tape of the dashcam and press it against the electrostatic tape that I installed on the windshield. Forgive me that it has a few bubbles, but I install and remove dashcams on a bi-weekly basis. This is just temporary and not a permanent solution. Here I'm powering it on for the very first time. It's nice that this is a touchscreen. Although I had the sound settings to on, the dashcam did not record my audio. I'm not really sure why, and we'll have to investigate on this. Could be solvable with a firmware update. I don't know yet. As you can see, we can fully operate the dashcam using the touchscreen or the buttons underneath. On my windshield, I was able to adjust the camera angle upwards, but not downwards. There was a limit to that. And now let's look at the footage by day. Even the rear camera can record in 4K. And of course the front camera can also record in 4K. Please ignore the blurry lines in the rear camera footage. It comes from the heating strips that I have in my rear window. Although license plates are readable, when we're pausing and taking a look at the full image, everything looks like a water painting. There is a lack of details. The rear records with 25 frames per second, while the front records everything with 30 frames per second. So the clips have a different length and therefore are not easy to line up. And you will find that you have in your rear folder more clips than in your front folder. Let's take a look at the night footage, also front in 4K, as well as rear camera, also in 4K. When we're standing on an intersection, license plates are readable, but when the car is in motion, they're not. And especially when we're pausing the footage, you can see the lack of details. Does this look like real 4K footage with a built-in Starvis 2 sensor? Anyway, I'm showing you the real footage here, so you can make a decision for yourself if this is the right dashcam for you. Now we have to talk about the file type. The way the camera records is in TS format. That is a very unusual format, and most video players cannot play back those files. Even DaVinci Resolve Studio Edition, my professional video editing program, cannot read those files. To convert such TS files into something normal like an MOV or an MP4 file, I would highly recommend for you to use Shutter Encoder. That is a free program that you can download for Windows, I think even for Mac, and I'll leave a link in the description below. That's what I had to do in order to show you those clips. Now that you've seen the video, is the Jomise A80 Pro the right dashcam for you? Let me know your thoughts, and also if you have questions or suggestions, please write it in the comments below. I'll definitely respond. Till the next time, stay safe, stay tuned, and take care. Bye for now.